You think you're in control of your spending. You don't buy $10 lattes. You're not chasing designer brands. You're disciplined. But here's the problem. If you're a logic-driven investor and your emergency fund still isn't growing the way it should, despite a solid income, then something is off. And it's not your income. It's something far more subtle. You're being drained by microtransaction friction. Small, recurring expenses that slip under your radar and slowly bleed your wealth. The average person loses thousands every year to expenses they've literally stopped noticing. This isn't random. It's psychological. It's called status quo bias, and companies are using it to turn your bank account into a sieve. Today, we're going to expose these invisible financial leaks, break down the real math behind just $20 per month, and give you a system to eliminate them and redirect that money into assets you actually own. Let's start with the psychology. Why is it so hard to cancel a simple $15 subscription? Because your brain is wired against it. In behavioral finance, this is called status quo bias. Your brain prefers things to stay exactly as they are. Any change, even something beneficial, requires effort, and your brain wants to conserve energy. Now here's where it gets interesting. Companies design their systems around this weakness. Signing up is one click. Canceling takes multiple steps, friction, and delays. They don't just want your money, they want your inertia. So here's a quick question. When was the last time you checked your recurring charges? If it's been more than 30 days, you're already paying an inertia tax. Now let's go deeper. This connects to a concept called mental accounting. When you spend physical cash, you feel it. There's friction, there's a sense of loss. But when $19.99 gets auto-deducted digitally, your brain barely reacts. It becomes background noise like electricity or the weather. This creates digital numbness. You stop asking, do I still use this? Is this worth it? Would I buy this again today? Subscriptions quietly move into your brain's fixed expense category, even when they provide zero value. And in wealth logic, every dollar is a soldier. Right now, yours are deserting without a fight. Let's make this real. People say, it's just $10. But for a long-term investor, there is no such thing as just $10. If you're losing $100 a month in invisible expenses, that's $1,200 a year. Now invest that $1,200 annually at an 8% return for 30 years, and you're looking at over $135,000. That's not a subscription. That's a year of retirement, a major investment, or a house down payment. Here's the image to remember. An invisible expense is like feeding a bird every single day, even though it flew away months ago. You're still buying the birdseed, but the cage is empty. This hits even harder if you value independence. If you believe in self-reliance, then invisible expenses are dangerous because they quietly erode your autonomy. These subscriptions aren't harmless. They're a form of lifestyle debt. You owe companies your money, your attention, and your consistency every single month, often for nothing in return. To fix this, you need a shift from passive spending to active allocation. You don't just spend anymore, you deploy capital with intention. Here's the wealth logic system to eliminate invisible expenses. First, the statement scrub. Go through the last 90 days of transactions, not your balance, your line items. If you don't recognize a charge, it's immediately flagged. Second, the zero-based reset. Cancel everything that isn't essential. If you truly need it, you can resubscribe later, but most of the time you won't. Your brain will adapt to a new normal. Third, the 24-hour friction rule. Before adding any new subscription, wait 24 hours. No exceptions. This forces your rational brain to override impulse decisions. Remember this, awareness is step 1, but cancellation is the only step that pays. If it hasn't delivered value in 30 days, cut it. To make this easier, I've created a subscription audit and kill list checklist to help you find the leaks you've stopped seeing. It helps you categorize your spending into value versus friction so you can make logical, not emotional decisions. This isn't about living in scarcity, it's about living with intentional wealth logic. If you're ready to stop the inertia tax on your bank account, subscribe. If you want fast results, join the Lean Wealth 7-Day Challenge. We're helping people uncover at least $200 per month in hidden leaks. And if you want to see the long-term impact, download the Silent Leak Calculator and run your numbers. Don't let mental accounting steal your future. Identify the leak, stop the flow. I'll see you in the next one.